Hi everyone, this is Freya from Otherworldly, and I guess I'm back with another video right on the heels after the other one. This is not about animate horses, however, this is instead about a furniture set from Dutchie. It's not a new release, but it is fairly recent, and I've shown some similar things in the past because this table incorporates the chess set that was released separately as well. So it's a cafe table which has a couple of different games that you can play, as well as a bunch of different drinking animations. So I thought I would show you a bit of that, as well as taking a look at the latest head from Logo, which is Jolie, and she's out at the skin fair. So I figured we'd just take a little look at her and some makeup and skin and some makeup from Alaskametro. That should make for a full video. So if we start with the table, this is actually two tables rest out. When you get it and you res it out, it's going to res out two sets of the table. You can see here they're two separate parts. So you get two tables or two copies of the table and the chairs with it, and the vase here is set on just the one table, although this place ends up more or less in the middle. So you could combine a lot of these. If you wanted to do like a cafe setting and set up a bunch of them, you could do full tables. You could add on more tables to make a longer table, or you could res out several copies of them. And it has animations for, okay, it's better if I touch the one that I'm actually sitting at. It has, as you can see by the menu here, it has drinks, and it has female and male animations. It has the sit and play, and it has sequences. Nothing naughty going on at this table, however. So we're going to take a look at the drinks first. So you have, first of all, a little ordering animation. And if I were to wait for somebody to show up here, I would be waiting a very long time because I am all alone here. But it's cute to have, and great for a photo. And if you have an actual cafe, obviously it's perfect. So let's just pretend I got what I ordered. Some coffee, even though I don't drink coffee. I'm a very bad Swede that way. So I've got coffee, and I've got the news, the SL Daily. It has bento animations, as you can see, for your hands. Fits very well. And it has the auto attaching of props if you have allowed the experience to do that. Maybe I should go for tea and a book instead. That's more my style. So there you get a cup of tea and a book. I wonder what the book is about, to make sure you don't get tea stains on your book. It is the Family Gathering. My teacup appears to be disappearing into my book a little bit. A lot of drinking animations don't work perfectly for my avatars. I tend to have larger hands and longer arms than a lot of SL avatars. I try to make them very proportionate, but arm length and hand size are one of the areas where people tend to be fairly off. So if you want your animations to fit the majority of people in SL, they're not going to fit my avatar. So, when I photo and such, I just make sure that I catch the moments that work and so on. But obviously, when I'm reviewing a set like this, it will show up. Have a look at a few more of these. You've got your glass of water. All of although the props are beautifully made and everything, it tends to be with Dutchie, good animations and good selections and good fitting to the furniture and great little props. Lemonade sounds nice and refreshing. You see each of them has a slightly different sit and everything, so you got a lot of variety. We're working our way up the strength now, so you got a beer here. You can see here with my hand as well that it digs in some of the poses, but try the red wine too. Very nice. And then got a few more. You've got your white wine, a martini, and a gin. I think I've done plenty of drinking now, though. So if we go back and have a look at the sit and play menu. So perhaps we should take a look at the solitaire. And look at that. This is really neat. I put down my glass on the little I know what those are called. They're called coasters. Thank you very much. I'm gonna say that I didn't know what they were called in English, but yes, there it comes. So, and then you go ahead and you start shuffling your deck of cards. We'll see how far. There we go. Then I've got them spread out, and we'll take a look at the cards as well. Very nicely done cards too. And look at the table here. You can see that not everyone has been as careful with their glasses as I have. There's even a bit of spill of red wine there. Super realistic. And then, yeah, it's got a whole motion and a whole animation for now I'm going through here and trying to figure out where to put my next card. And I remember playing this. Versions of it anyway. I used to do a lot of these card games where you had different patterns that you it's called patience in Swedish, and it's probably something like that in English as well, but I can't remember it right now, and I'm not going to look it up in the middle of the video. But I used to spend a lot of time like that actually when I was younger. I haven't done it for ages though. Now I can do it in SL. Obviously I don't have any control here over this, is just an animation. If I want a game where I've actually got some control over what I'm doing, I think the chess set actually does. Now of course this is meant to be for two people, but I fortunately got the white side, so I think it works. Oh no, maybe it doesn't. Maybe okay, this set is probably just using the same chess set that you have the pieces and then the separate chess set. Actually, I'm going to take a look at that, so I'm not telling you anything that is wrong. Find the table in my inventory. I've got the all sorts of other Dutchie things. Here's the cafe table. Okay, you can have 2 avatars, and obviously per table you have 20 female and 20 male drinks. You have sit and gaming animations. Solo activities include solitaire and reading, and then there's a real playable chess. Okay, so I'm guessing that this is just not playable because there isn't another person seated right now. Most of the table are only decorational. The backgammon is decorational only. The solitaire goes through the sequence. But the chess is playable, but I think you need both of them, or I know that you activate the other one by, yes, there's the chess menu. I knew there was something like that. So you can actually play the chess. Obviously playing chess with yourself is not so easy. Okay, you can actually play solo. So I wonder how that works. I guess it plays against the computer, or alternatively you get to do both of the moves. We'll try and see. See if I can get it started. Play solo. Okay, I have to use the menu for it. See, I'm learning. Now I think that what I do is I click one of these guys. Ah, there we go. And I move it. Okay, I would be controlling both sides. So, but you can do a demonstration like that anyway. I guess it would have been a little advanced to have an AI built into the chess set on Second Life. But you know, here I'm thinking that Second Life has gotten extremely advanced all of a sudden. Anyway, you can play the chess. The others are for decoration. And then as you can see here, I'm going to bring back the regular menu as well. I'm gonna move myself to just a sit because we are going to take a look at some other things in a while. And then that's easier. And then as you can see, you have sequences as well here. So you can play that through and have it run for a while if you want some animations or just role playing or hanging out or whatever you're doing. But that pretty much covers it, I think, for the table. So the next step is to take a look at this head. Let's just hope that I'm going to be cooperative as far as the animations go. So logo heads come with 2 HUDs. And you buy these HUDs, the HUD set is sold separately these days. So you buy the HUD set and then you can use that with any logo head that you buy, male and female. So the heads are lower in price once you have invested in the HUD. And the HUD controls, as you can see here, you've got your customization options. If they're actual logo appliers, they can be installed here, so you don't have to dig up your applier from the inventory. You've got them installed here. You got eyeshadow, lipstick, and you've got 2 enhanced sets for specific logo, eyeshadow and lipstick. You got some cheek appliers for blush and so on. You got your eyebrows, tattoo options. Again, here you can install more, hair base and eyes. Tinting options for different areas, so you can affect that. You can save whole looks, and then you got your help page for doing resets and so on. The animation HUD is separate, and it allows you to combine different animations. So there's an upper and a lower. You could, for example, just play, if I say this, I want to play just the lower, and then I start the animation and I get a little smile. You can also freeze animations for photos. So if you want to catch that smile and freeze it, you can do that. Then you have various head animations like this. See, I can smile and nod at the same time. I'm very talented. Maybe I can smile and be surprised. Whoops. Different variations like that. It doesn't really have any playable moods like the Lilocca and Vista heads, which is too bad. I like having those for photos, I think, and for videos in particular. Here I have to go in and click and play. There are obviously some that can be played and put in sort of in a rotation, but it's not quite the same as the pre-programmed moods. I've also found that it tends to override eye position. I can't control it with my usual Fate HUD as well as I can with other heads. And also because of the way the head is done, I'm going to go and switch my animation now because I'm being really boring and just looking down, which is not very good. Because of the way the logo has something about the logo head means that other eyes tend to have some sort of alpha clash or something, and they lose their shine layer. So I've found that the only eyes that really work well with the logo head are the logo eyes. I haven't really investigated why that may be, so I'm not going to go out and say that there's something wrong with it or that those are the only ones that will work, but I found it a little tricky. Fortunately, these are Omega, so if you have appliers, you can apply. I have a lot of Mayfly eyes which aren't appliers, so I just need to build up a stock of appliers to have something to work with. But anyway, those are, I'm going to close that HUD at least, and then I am going to take a little look at the head itself. I'm going in a bit closer. It's a prettier and more delicate head than Ivona, which was the first one I got, but I think it has some interesting possibilities anyway. That it might be a little cuter than what I usually go for, but I quite like the shape I've managed to make for it here. It has a nice profile, and yes, it does have some little problems here with the hair not fitting quite right, so you're seeing it come through my my ears. Obviously I can't fix that in a video. So I found that this is the Cora skin from Alaskametro, which has been out for Lilutka in the past, but not for Omega. And for the Skin Fair, she has released it for Omega as well. So I was really excited to be able to try this on some of my Omega heads, and I think it fits this one beautifully. Plus, she has out a couple of makeup sets. I'm going to start with this one, which is the Stone Fruit lipstick, and I've used that in the post already. And I need to turn on lipstick here. That's the one thing that I found that the logo HUD doesn't do, and I think some of the other heads do, that if you click and apply a lipstick, it will turn on lipstick on the HUD. Here I actually have to wear the HUD and turn on lipstick to be able to see it. So I had already applied this one, and what I'm going to show you here is the fact that there are different fits. And I think it's a Lilutka, a Catwa, and a sort of generic Omega. This one, as you can see, is perhaps a little large for this lip, so we're going to try fit B instead, which I think fits better. Now let's see what fit C is like. No, that's a bit more on the outside, so I think fit B is probably best for this one. These are some really beautiful colors. I think you get them in a matte and a glossy version. The glossy is quite nice as well, I think, although I tend to prefer a little less gloss on lipsticks myself. I'll just show you a couple of other colors. I really like these. Subtle, but they still have a lot of intensity to them. That one's very pretty. That's quite a natural, a nice one. See what this one's like as well. Trying to find my favorite here. I think this might be my favorite for the skin tone, which is the, I think it's a tone 1. I think sometimes she does a tone 0, but this is the palest that she's got out for the Cora at least. So there we have our lipstick, and then let's have a look at the options for eyeshadow. So we have the Jade set, which is, I think, done for more of a monolid eye, which obviously I don't have here. And again, you have different fits. And I need to turn on my eyeshadow, of course. Let's try one of these here. We'll try the fit B again. Going down a little more closely. Let's see what we got. Ends up fairly subtle here. Could also be that the fit is not quite right, so that most of it is getting hidden. Now if I could just stop looking off in all sorts of directions. I feel this one comes out very subtle on this head, especially with the large eyelashes, but it does give a nice bit of framing to the eye at least. We'll see if this one with the stronger wing here shows up a bit more. Yes, it does. There's just the hair hiding a bit of it actually, but you can definitely see the blue there. Maybe a bit much for a day at the cafe. I will perhaps try something like that instead. That has a nice subtle feel to it. And apart from Jade, there is also Jane. Here we go. And Jane has some more metallic looks. So I think I'm going to go for this pale metallic here, just to show you a couple of different. Again, this is the fit A. You can see how that works. This one gets a little stronger at the corner of the eye. Fit C, which I think it works on the eye fits are tend to be easier than the lip fits. They are more universal, and you want a little bit of a cat eye, so I will go for this one in the fit A. Let's see how that's has a bit of under eye shading, gives a bit of intensity to the eye, and goes well with the lipstick. So I think that those eyeshadows and such are the exclusives, eyeshadow and lipstick from Alaskametro for the Skin Fair, but that she does have the new version, the Omega version of Cora out as well. And you've seen some of how to apply these things to the logo head. Obviously I could play around with adding a bit of blush as well. Maybe I'm starting to look a little over made up by this point, but it could be a very sunny day or something. Getting a bit of a rosy cheek here. Quite like it on this head and together with that skin though. I'm gonna close up a couple of things here and finish up by just zooming out and giving you a final look at the cafe table from Dutchie. And like I said, this is the Jolie head from Logo. It's available at Skin Fair so far. Until that ends, it's a Skin Fair exclusive. The makeups from Alaskametro are also Skin Fair exclusives. The hair I'm wearing is by Wasabi, and the dress is from Fida. And of course, the credits will have the links and note which events everything are for. And well, there might be another video soon. You never know. It seems I'm running across things that are best done as videos, but I definitely have a few posts planned that are better off as photos as well. And in particular, I have a lot of things for this special round from the fantasy collective called Days of Yore, which is opening on the 18th, tomorrow, if I've gotten the video up today. And I have a lot of cool outfits from that one that I definitely need to blog. So you'll be seeing that soon on Otherworldly.